everyone, and welcome back to the Cabral Concept. I'm Stephen Cabral, board-certified naturopathic doctor, and today on our Training Thursday, we're going to talk about all things workouts. We're going to talk about workout programming. We're going to talk about how many days off you should take per week. Should you take a whole week off every couple weeks or months, and how often? So we're really going to get into that. Those have been some really popular questions that have been emailed in by personal trainers and just people in general really looking to optimize and take their workouts to that next level. So I'm going to just really simply break it down to 5 parts today. And I'm going to start honestly from the beginning where everyone has to start. It doesn't mean this isn't just for beginners. You could be you could be someone who's just never worked out before. That's totally fine. We're going to learn fresh from the beginning. Or you might be someone who's, really advanced, that you are a personal trainer or strength coach and you're developing just really advanced programs for your clients or yourself. And you say, okay, how can I optimize that? How can I take that to the next level? And these are things that I do teach health professionals and athletes really all the time. So here's the reason why. And it's so that they continue to be great. The worst thing in the world is that you get injured or you get burnt out. That's basically the bottom line. Both of those take you out of the game. If you listen to yesterday's show about how to boost your metabolism, well, if you're not exercising, if you're not moving your body, it's going to be hard to burn that body fat as well. It's going to be hard to get in your best shape. Or performance. If you're looking for performance, meaning like lifting your heaviest weights, all of those things, we're going to chat about all of that on today's show. So let's get started. The first of the first is this. How many days a week should you even work out? So I think that's an important place to start before we talk about how many days you should honestly take off per week. Well, if your goal is muscle building or increasing strength, you can honestly just do 3 days per week. Now, that's the minimum, but you can do 3 days per week. I'm going to tell you why. You want recovery time between workouts. That's what people miss. I missed it myself. I really did as a 18-year-old, 19-year-old trying to pack on muscle. I worked out too much. And what happens is if you work out too much, the only time you're rebuilding muscle is really when you're resting, when you're allowing your body to rebuild, getting enough sleep, taking an off day, doing massage, doing foam rolling, those types of things. So you really want to do a Monday, Wednesday, Friday routine, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Totally acceptable. That works. That's absolutely fantastic for muscle growth. You can do full body routines. If you wanted to do 4 days per week, I think that's acceptable as well. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off, Thursday, Friday. You can take the weekends off if you like, or just be active, which is what I always say. So with that routine, you could, and if you're really looking to pack on muscle, you can actually do some split routines if you choose to. Now, I'm not talking about just, back and buys, chest and tries. What I'm saying is, if you wanted to, you could do a push upper body, pull lower body on Monday, and then the opposite of that, which would be a pull upper body, push lower body, push exercises being like squats, front squats, those types of things. You can you can get fancy with it. You really can. But honestly, you could do 2 full body workouts. You could do an upper and lower, but you just don't want to just do one body part. Now, yes, there are times and a place for that. If someone's using, testosterone, sure, you could work out way more days per week, start breaking up body parts to do them individually, train them a lot harder. But it's just hard to recover when you're doing 3 to 4 exercises just for one body part and you're all natural. It's just more challenging. Or if you're not 22 years old, what if you're 32, 42, 52, 62? It just makes it that much more challenging just to destroy one muscle group of muscle tissue and then hope to recover by it. So that's why I recommend the 3 to 4 days per week. And that includes strength training as well. Again, you can alternate your lifts based on what you're looking to bring up in terms of strength. And of course, if you're a strength coach, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But the big thing with strength is that a lot of it's neurological, and we forget that. So your muscles recover much faster than your nervous system. And so your nervous system goes much deeper. And that means, again, you don't want to lift for a long period of time. You just want to lift. You want to get in, do your warm up, and then you want to lift heavy. You want to get those max sets in there. And again, it doesn't mean till failure, but you want to push your body to that limit and then get out and then work on your recovery as well. Hot, cold tubs, baths, saunas, all of those are also excellent. Okay, now let's just say you want body transformation. You're someone who just wants to lose weight, maybe you have 20 pounds to go or more, and you want to tone up your body, you want to just look good, right? Okay, well, let's talk about that now, because that's the majority of people. For that, in ideal world, again, I've written about this many times on my website, the free welcome package that I offer at the website, and you want to do, in an ideal world, 5 days per week. You really do, and here's why. you just can't go more than 2 days without exercise. Your metabolism starts to drop, and even more important than that. Wait, one more thing that's more important than that is you don't metabolize your carbohydrates as well. It's so much more important. Now, I guess you can make an argument that that's metabolism, but it's been shown when you work out, you get to utilize glucose to a much better level. For one, you get to pull into your cells. For two, is actually you burn some. So then you get to actually eat some carbohydrates and then restore fuel stores, so that doesn't turn into more adipose tissue or increased adipose tissue stores. So here's the thing. If you can do a Monday weight workout, Tuesday, we'll just say cardio. We're just keeping things simple. Wednesday, weight workout number 2. Thursday off. Friday, we'll do weight workout number 3, and then on Saturday we'll do cardio number 2. So now we're taking Thursdays off and Sunday off. Do you see how there's only 1 day off in between those? We're getting 5 days per week, which is more days than not. So again, if you can do 4 days a week, then great, do 4 days a week, and here's why. With a 4-day-a-week schedule, you can do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off, Thursday, Friday, Saturday to Sunday off. Or you can play with it a little bit to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off, Thursday on, Friday off, Saturday on, Sunday off. And so you're really trying never to go more than 1 day without working out. Working out. So you can play with it again with the 4 days to always get more days than not. But in an ideal world, 3 weight workouts per week. And I'm not talking about sitting on machines. I'm talking about doing full body functional based movements like deadlifts, squats, Romanian deadlifts, lunges, some type of pull up or pull down, some type of shoulder press or some type of movement again for the shoulders, a chest press of some motion. You can do it standing. You can do it whether it's on a ball, and a row. So now you have all your major movers. Then you can put the icing on the cake with some chops and some isometric based core work if you want. Or do some ab work. That's totally fine. But that's at the end of the workout. That's the icing on the cake. So hopefully that makes sense right there. Now, what should the duration be? Well, the duration really matters depending on what your goal is. But for most people, 20 to 40 minutes. If you're going for strength alone and you're taking 5 minutes between working sets, well, your workouts will be a little longer. It doesn't mean you're doing more work. It's just you're taking more rest so that you recover more ATP, and that will allow you to recover, or your muscles will be more, recovered between sets. That's the best way to say that. Okay, for most people, you're getting in and you're getting out. And the reason is you really want to attack the workout, get in a great workout, boost your metabolism, end on a high note where your metabolism's been boosted, whether it's just through 2 or 3 high intensity intervals or sprints, whatever it might be. It's going to boost your metabolism. You leave, you feel great. You're not totally broken down, so you can do it again the next day. I mean, that's really the goal of it. So 20 to 40 minutes for most people is absolutely fantastic. And honestly, this is how I look at it. If you shoot for 3 trisets, which is 3 exercises, do that 3 times, then do 3 more exercises 3 times. We're looking at a total of, now I'm forced to do work, or I should say math. That's 18 sets, I believe, right? So 3 times 3 is 9. Another 3 and 3 is 9. 18 sets. You do a little warm up in the beginning. So honestly, you do that work and you do it. You have to have a little recovery between trisets, but you do that as fast as you can, not speeding through your form, of course. And that's called escalating density training. I don't want to get into that today, but that's going to yield you just as great a results, if not better. So again, 20 to 40 minutes, you should be able to get all that work done. All right. Next, let's talk about days off, time off. Well, we've already scheduled that. It's going to be anywhere from 2 days off per week to a maximum of 4 days off per week. And that's more of the people trying to put on more muscle, or you're just time crunched to get at least 3 workouts per week. We've talked about that. And the periodized model looks like this, though. What you're trying to do is you're trying to go every 4 to 6 weeks with one program before switching into the next. And the reason you do that is very simple and very straightforward. You want to use a principle that's been around since the beginning of time because it works with our biology and physiology, called specific adaptation to imposed demands. What does that mean? Well, it means that if you put your body through a workout, the same exercises each week, you will get stronger as long as you push yourself. Now, those people out there who use the same weight every single workout, you can't do that. You're not going to get increased results. What you have to do is you're going to do, let's just say, a shoulder press, and you start with 15 pounds for your shoulder press. Let's say they're dumbbells, so you can turn your palms in a little bit, get out of that internal rotation, say for the rotator cuffs. Okay, well, you did 15 pounds week 1. Okay, and you did that for 2 sets because you didn't want to do the full 3 sets week 1. We'll talk about that in just a moment. So now week 2, okay, do your 15 pounds if you'd like. Do them for 3 sets now. What's week 3 going to be like? 15 pounds for set 1. And then maybe set 2 is 17.5 pounds and set 3 is 17.5 pounds, or maybe go to 20 pounds. What you're trying to do is just make little incremental gains for whatever you can do for that set amount of reps that you've given yourself. So if your rep range is, let's just say it's 12 reps. We're just going to keep things easy for today's show. So if you do that, you want to lift the heaviest weight possible with good form for 12 reps. I mean, that's basically the bottom line. So if after you did your first set, you're like, oh, well, that was actually pretty easy. Okay, make your next jump up. Make your next jump up and try the 17.5 or the 20. Again, whatever you felt you could do. Keep in mind, when you're using 15.5 or 15s, 17.5 is actually a big jump, right? It's almost 20% weight jump because you're starting out with just a smaller weight. Where if you went from like a 225 bench press to only adding 2.5, like that's really nothing. That's like adding a feather to it. It's relatively speaking very, very easy. But the lighter the weight, the smaller the jump has to be. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so that's essentially how you're going to work your way up each week. And then you do that for about 4 weeks to 6 weeks. We do 4-week programs at our studios here in Boston, our personal training studios. One's inside the Wellness Center and one is inside our Body Transformation Studio in the south end of Boston. And what we do is we create 4-week programs to make sure that we're increasing each and every week with a client so they're getting better and better results. And then next week, we switch it up. 1 is we want to make sure that they don't get bored with the program. And 2, we want to start then getting into better results. I know you've heard about muscle confusion before. Yes, that's absolutely true. But that's only when you plateau. If you switch it up every week, how do you create specific adaptations to impose demands? You don't. All you're doing is really training the nervous system each and every week, which again, it burns calories, it boosts the metabolism, but not as great long-term gains. Okay? So then here's another big thing. People ask, I'm switching my program up every 4 weeks or 6 weeks maximum. When should I take a week off? Like, when do I let my body fully recover? And I say usually it's after about 12 weeks of work. Okay, so after you've done 3 programs in a row, weeks 1 to 4, 5 to 8, and then 9 to 12, that's 3 programs. Again, I write all this out in A Man's Guide to Muscle and Strength. Again, it's not just for men. That was the publisher who wrote that. It's for women too. And it's on Amazon. We'll link up to it, A Man's Guide to Muscle and Strength. It's a year's worth of workouts, literally, for like, I don't even know, $15. And I make literally like $1, maybe $1.50 from that book. That's it. Nobody gets rich writing books. Well, maybe some people do, but that's not why I write books. I prefer to give out that information for free as much as I can. And honestly, just as one person, we're probably not going to get to meet unless you're in Boston or come to Boston. So my job is to give you that information as best as I can. And that's in that book. But literally, so they say, okay, well, when do I take a week off? Well, usually it's after 12 weeks. Like if you do 12 straight weeks of working out, take a week off, okay? But here's the thing. Most of our clients never have to have that planned week off. And here's why. Every time they start a new program, meaning like they just finished 4 weeks or something, we do what's called an unloading week. And that means their first week of a new program is usually 1 set less than it will be, meaning like there's less volume. So if you're going to do 3 sets in that workout, typically for each exercise, we do 2 sets. Or if you're going to do 4 sets, we do 3 sets. And the reason is simple. We give the nervous system and the body and the joints and everything just a week to kind of cool down, all right? And then we ramp back up all those 4 weeks, and that's how it works. Okay, another reason why most people never have to plan a week off is simply because life happens, right? We take a vacation. We're sick. Something just comes up and you give your joints, your connective tissue, everything a rest. But if you've been going for 12 weeks, 16 weeks straight with programs and you want to take a week off or you want to take a half a week off, then do that to rest the body. You'll know your body starts to feel broken down. It feels run down. You're inflamed, all those things. That might be the time just to give your body a little rest. What would you do? Well, go for a massage, do extra foam rolling, stretch, take a hatha yoga class, a gentle yoga class. All of those things are great. You can keep your body active. You just might want to take a week off from actually lifting the weights in the gym. So that's my advice is very, very rarely. I don't even think I've ever had to take a week off, make myself. Work travels come up, family vacations have come up, whatever has come up. And that just allows me then to not feel bad about it because I say, oh, okay, well, I'm just going to take this as essentially my 3 days off or 5 days off or whatever it may be. So hopefully those tips helped you today. Really, I think it's it's an easier system to look at your overall workout program, which then allows you to take that macro level, like that airplane level looking down and say, okay, here's what I'm going to do 3 to 5 days on per week. I'm going to create my program about 20 to 40 minutes per workout. I don't need more than that because more days are better in the gym than more time in the gym for any one individual workout. I'm going to use a periodized model where I'm going to keep the same program for about 4 to 6 weeks. That's going to be much better mentally because I don't have to figure out a new workout for every time I go to the gym, which is like ridiculous in the first place. And then every 4 to 6 weeks, I'm going to take an unloading week. When I start a new program, I'm just going to be a little easier on my body, and then I'll ramp up, keep going like that for 4 to 6 weeks. And then after that, if I haven't taken a week off in 12 weeks or longer and I've been going hard the whole time, okay, now I'm going to take a week off. And a lot of times, like after you run a road race or an event or something like that, that's when you'll take your time off. In sports, whenever I'm working with an athlete and they have a big event, well, then afterwards, that event, that's their time off. And then we start ramping back up again. So hopefully all of that made sense today. I appreciate people writing in with those questions and comments to hear more about the in-depth program creation that we've been doing, honestly, and I've been teaching for well over a decade for sure. So hopefully all of that makes sense. And again, thank you once again for tuning into the Cabral Concept. Thank you for just tuning into another Cabral Concept. As a valued listener, during the month of April, I'd like to send you one of the exclusive online personal training workout packages I've created for my private clients all around the world. They're literally the same travel and bodyweight workouts I create for celebrities, athletes, and executive CEOs to stay in shape whether at home, in the gym, or on the road. Plus, I also want to ship you the same exact 5-piece resistance band set I send them as well. They're also the same bands I use at my home and when traveling. You cannot buy this online band workout package anywhere else. The home and travel band exercise set with the online workout is only available exclusively through the StephenCabral.com/store and is yours free of charge when you purchase any functional medicine lab test. You can choose from any of our popular food sensitivity tests, organic acid test, hair tissue mineral analysis, adrenal and hormone, thyroid, weight loss testing, vitamin D, inflammation, parasite, genetic testing, the toxicity test, and many more. We mail all labs to you in the US, Canada, and the UK, and each one of these labs can be done right at home with a simple urine, hair, stool, finger poke, or saliva sample. You'll get your results in just a few weeks after mailing in your at-home lab test, and we even provide a complimentary health coaching phone consultation with most lab kit packages. To put functional medicine to work for you and find the underlying root causes keeping you from total body health and wellness, I can't recommend lab testing enough. Plus, as a bonus this month, you'll be getting my resistance band package with the online workout to do right at home, at the gym, or when traveling. Just go to StephenCabral.com/store for details and to get yours today.